G'day guys, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. We're back in the Goblin Camp, and we're about to go to the Underdark. But between this episode and the previous one, I have actually taken a lot of time to really take stock, really, of all of the stuff that we have and the equipment that everyone's wearing. And I'm thinking that we need to spend a little bit of time sort of just rearranging stuff. So that's what we're going to do, at least initially. So let's go back to camp and let's just take a look. I sort of have an idea of what I want to do already, so hopefully we can go through all of this pretty quickly. I didn't really want to do it off camera because I sort of wanted to show you guys what I'm sort of thinking about, and I guess the method to my madness, if you will. But the main reason for that is because I'm not too confident with all of my choices and selections. So I'm just hoping that you guys will be able to sort of give me your 2 cents about what we should be doing. One thing that I am thinking about doing as well is to just tuck away some of these quest items that we've been carrying with us. I really don't know. Okay, looks like the Necromancy of Thay is something that I have to have with me. Maybe that's like part of the curse or something like that, is that we have to permanently carry the book. But anyway, so I'm just doing a little bit of a tidy up initially here, just so that we can sort of manage our inventory a little bit better. I might just keep all of these potions. I will move all of this to camp, and we'll move ingredients to camp as well. And what I also want to do is to grab all of the scrolls that are in the camp at the moment. I think that's everything, so let's just move that across. And the reason for this is because someone did make mention of the book that we found with a bottle of booze inside, this curious book. And apparently, well, because it has a plus sign there, it basically acts like another bag, really. So you could perhaps just, you know, stash all of your scrolls in that book. And I think that makes total sense. And that way we can sort of manage like all of our spell scrolls from there. Let's just do another tidy up here. And yeah, that is looking so much better. And from here, we're going to need to sort of decide on how we're going to equip people. So let me take a look at all of our stuff here. In terms of accessories on Blue himself, I feel like perhaps the Ring of Poison Resistance is not really required. I do like the Strange Conduit Ring, so let's keep that. And Amulet of Misty Step is also really powerful, so I'm going to keep that. I believe we have better melee weapons for Blue at this point as well, so I'm just going to sort of compile all of the worthy weapons, so to speak, and sort of keep them all together over here so we can decide who gets what. Yeah, we might not be equipping all of this stuff, but, you know, it's good to just have everything in the one place so we can sort of decide on where we need to place some of this stuff. Yeah, I'll grab all of that. Blue's gonna be encumbered, but we'll fix that later. Okay, so all of the sort of higher level, rarer, and perhaps maybe magical type items I'm going to bring with me. Staff of Crones. Yeah, I do need to take a look at whether or not Gale's got the best staff. This crossbow. Alright. I think we're looking good. So, to begin with, I just want to take a look at our current party members and what they're all using. Lae'zel, for the most part, I'm pretty happy with, except for perhaps maybe her ranged weapon. And perhaps maybe she can do with a better ranged weapon. And I'm thinking of doing Crossbow of Arcane Force. Now, initially I was sort of thinking this might be a good thing for perhaps, you know, Will to have, or I was thinking perhaps maybe someone else even, but I think this is probably a decent place for it. The problem with a few other people is that they don't have proficiency in this type of weapon, so we can't just give it to anyone. So, yeah, for the time being, I think Lae'zel would benefit from having this crossbow on her. And I think that might actually be everything for Lae'zel. I just want to move across the scrolls that she has so that we can tuck these away into the book a little bit later on. Now, so for Gale, does he have the best staff? I think he does, and let me just talk through why I think so. So this staff has Natural Pugilist. Initially I thought maybe this is not the best perk or boon to have, but the next one down is Unhampered Resistance. While the wielder is not wearing armor, they receive a +2 bonus to saving throws. So I quite like this because he doesn't wear armor at all. And I think he doesn't wear armor. Yeah, this is considered to be clothing, so it's not armor. So he gets +2 or a +2 bonus to saving throws. And the other options are, with the Staff of Crones, we just get a spell, Ray of Sickness. I'm not really that interested in that. And then Nature's Snare. This is a chance to ensnare a target. But I assume it's only a chance to ensnare a target if we use a weapon to attack, which very, very unlikely we're to do that. So let's throw these back. And so for Gale, I'm pretty happy. I do like the Necklace of Elemental Augmentation. The only thing that I will do is I will give him once more the Amulet of Lost Voices. The only reason for this is because although Blue has Speak with the Dead now, he doesn't have Disguise Self, so there may be situations where we're going to need to disguise ourselves to speak to the dead, obviously. So we just quickly grab that shield, put it over that side. So this is looking good. I think we can perhaps maybe move on from Gale. I'm just looking at maybe the accessories that these guys have. So Spurred Band, I'm going to take that off of Lae'zel and instead give her the Ring of Poison Resist. Because Lae'zel is kind of up front all the time. She is likely to encounter enemies that either spew poison at her or throw poison, vials at her. So the Spurred Band, I do have an idea, but I'll come to that. But let's take a look at Shadowheart. So Shadowheart, I do like some of the stuff that she has. Again, I'm going to take away the ring that she has here, Ring of Color Spray, because again, I have perhaps maybe another idea for that. Weapon-wise, she's looking good, except for maybe her ranged weapon. So she should be able to use something like the Githyanki crossbow, for instance, or if we have an even better crossbow, like, hang on. Yeah, I thought we had something even better. Or perhaps maybe I could give her the crossbow of Arcane Force. But I guess it doesn't really matter. She can take the Githyanki crossbow, and that will still suit our needs. If I come across another crossbow, which I didn't realize is better, I'll probably give that to Shadowheart. So that's looking good. We may need to come back to some of these people a little bit later, depending on what we end up with. I do want to talk about Shadowheart's armor, though. So we haven't switched out her armor in a while, and I think this chainmail might be a little bit better than what she currently has. So currently she's at armor class 18. Let me just see what this will do for her. Yeah, this brings it up to 19. There is a penalty to stealth checks, but it's not like we're using Shadowheart to do stealth checks anyway. So I think that's a decent piece of armor there for her. I think I'm pretty happy with what I see there. So let's exit out of our current party members and let's just take a look at what everyone else is working with. Now, Karlach. I do like her armor, so let's just leave all of that alone. She doesn't really have too many accessories. We could perhaps give her Ring of Color Spray or even Spurred Band, but I don't think that's necessary. When she's up close and personal with all of the enemies, we really want her attacking and utilizing her frenzy abilities as much as possible. Weapon-wise, I'm also happy with her Hammerhaft there, so I think I'm going to leave that. Let me just grab the Great Axe there. She probably doesn't need that. And we've got... Oh, actually, we have been using the Great Axe to sort of throw when she's sort of out of range. And it does deal a little bit of damage, so perhaps maybe we can keep it. I don't know about these other weapons and whether or not we need to worry about carrying even more weapons into battle for throwing purposes. So maybe I can just move all of this back. And yeah, maybe she can just continually throw like either the Faithbreaker or Great Axe. I don't really see too many situations where we'll be in where she'll need to throw weapons more than once or twice in the one battle. So let's hope that situation never comes around. But anyway, pretty happy with what I'm seeing here. Probably needs a... Oh, okay, I can't seem to equip that. I guess maybe I just need to keep it in her inventory. Alright, so I think this is looking good. If there's anything, you know, the headpiece for Karlach would be good, but I don't really know if we have anything that we can use in that regard, so we'll swing back to it. Astarion. Astarion, however, I do think should be receiving some of these rings. So Spurred Band in particular seems like a really good option for him, where if he does get down to below 50%, then he'll gain momentum for at least one turn. The Beastmaster's Chain is probably something we can take off for him and instead swap out with this Moondrop Pendant. Again, a situation where if he is below 50%, then he can sort of slip out of melee engagements without provoking opportunity attacks. I think, considering his class, that is kind of suitable, you know. Now, his leather gloves, it doesn't really do anything. It just looks kind of cool. But I think we should swap that out with something that's going to give us a bit more utility. So, Fleet Fingers. I think this is probably a good option. So once per turn after the wearer dashes or takes a similar action, they can jump without using a bonus. Again, we're sort of relying on Astarion being able to sort of move around the battlefield quite a bit more freely. Now, while we've got Astarion in front of us, we may as well also play around with his melee weapons. And we'll also look at our own melee weapons because we're both sort of dual wielders here. And initially we had Steelforged Sword and Speedy Reply for blue, but since the previous battle and us sort of stealing the very rare knife here from the Githyanki, so we should be using this. Knife of the Undermountain, 6 to 11 damage. So let's throw that in. And that'll be our sort of main hand. And I think the better option for the, well, the other hand should be the Steelforged Sword. So I think these are the two weapons that we're going to use. And then in the meantime, Astarion can probably take our leftovers there. So we do Speedy Reply in his main hand, and then Dagger +1. Now, one thing that might be worth checking is to see if any of the Githyanki short swords would be better for a like an other hand weapon. Would that be better? Let's just have a look. 2 to 7 as opposed to 2 to 5. Yeah, I think so. So we may as well throw that in. And yeah, he's looking pretty badass right now. If I can find him a better headpiece, that'd be good. Problem is he's not proficient with medium armor. This Holy Lance helm looks pretty good, and I'm probably going to have trouble finding a spot for that. But anyway, let's grab the stuff that he's no longer using. And I think we're pretty happy here. He's got a good ranged weapon as well, which I'm still happy to keep that on him. If anything, maybe Ring of Color Spray would be a good ring for him as well. So if we're really stressed about getting Astarion out of danger and, you know, not provoking enemy attacks and stuff, we could potentially do Color Spray on these enemies, thanks to having this ring. So let's switch to Will. Now, one thing that I want to make very clear, guys, is I absolutely hate these ridiculous looking gauntlets that Will is wearing. And I know that, you know, it gives us some pretty good stats and buffs, but I just I just don't like the look of it. So I might actually not worry about this. Yes, call me crazy, but it's okay. But instead, he can actually take a different set of gloves. And I'm thinking this Glove of Belligerent Skies actually looks pretty decent for him. So I don't think we have any other sets of gloves. So unless we want to give him like Reason's Grasp. But no, he doesn't go into rage, so it doesn't make sense. So yeah, this will go on him, and he does deal thunder damage every now and then, right? Like, I don't know about lightning damage, probably not so much. Yeah, I can't really see his spell list from here, can I? But we definitely know that he deals thunder damage or lightning damage, I can't remember which it is, with some of the spells that he has. And so we should be able to get this reverberation off, which gives us additional damage, or deals additional damage, and possibly puts the enemy into prone. So it looks good to me. In terms of his other armor, so boots, I think he's fine, but the chest piece that he's wearing, I think we can do better. So let me just throw a few items across to his inventory, just so that we can take a look at what our options are. And yeah, so there's Scale Mail. It is medium armor. So that's 14. It'll probably bump this up to, I would say, maybe 15? Yeah. So that kind of looks pretty cool for him, but he doesn't really get... Oh, actually, no. He can't use medium armor. My bad. My bad. Alright, so that's out of the question. So would he be better off wearing this, the hide armor? Oh no, okay, yeah, it's medium armor as well. I was gonna say, you know, we might have to throw in the hobo armor onto him, but I guess not. Well, there's Blazer of Benevolence. I really don't like the look of that either. It's a very bardic looking piece, isn't it? But that brings his armor class down. So I guess he needs to stick with light armor, and I think this is still going to be the best armor piece for him, at least for now. So, cool. Weapon-wise, though, let's have a quick look. Let me just throw all of this back this way. So I think he might actually have quite a few options here, but I was thinking it would be good for him to go in with mace and shield. So let's throw those two in. I think that'd be a decent thing. I guess the rapier does quite a bit of damage though, doesn't it? I mean, I could stick with the rapier if particularly we try to bring Will in close, which we tend to do. Otherwise, we could give him stuff like, I don't know, like that, like Skin Burster. Give him a little bit of range. I think if we wanted range, we could give him this, Sorrow, and this gives us an additional spell as well. Sorrowful Lash. What about this one? Cyanide's Fire. Once per short rest, you can encase a target in fairy fire for 2 turns. If you miss an attack against it. Okay, right. So this is very situational. You have to miss an attack. I think we can do better. Perhaps a Githyanki short sword wouldn't be too bad for Will. So we give him a short sword, which does 3 to 8. Okay. Maybe the rapier is still better. 2 to 9. 3 to 8. Oh, okay. He's not proficient in this anyway, so... I wonder if maybe Speedy Reply is better for him, and then we can maybe give Astarion another Githyanki short sword, because he can use that, but I think Will might be able to use this, the finesse weapon. No, he can't use scimitars. Okay. Man. Will is very finicky. Alright. Well, if that's the case, then I think what I'll do is I'll probably stick with the rapier. 2 to 9 damage. Nothing special about it, aside from, you know, some of those weapon skills. And then we'll give him the shield. And I think this should do it. For weapons. I did give him Harold, and that's the crossbow that I was actually looking for, and he's not proficient in that at all. So I may as well give him something like that, like short bow +1, and with Harold, I think I may actually give that to Shadowheart instead. I think it makes sense. And Harold sounds pretty good, like Heraldish Doom. When you deal damage to a target with a ranged weapon, it must succeed charisma saving throw or be baned for 2 turns. I think as soon as I saw charisma saving throw, I was like, oh, maybe Will would be a good person for that, but no. I read that incorrectly. Okay, so are we happy with what we've got for Will? I guess the only thing that I wanted to play around with a bit more is accessories. And I think we can do better for Will. And yeah, Brand the Weak seems like a decent amulet for him to have. So Diadem of Arcane Synergy is another thing that we need to sort of start thinking about a little bit more. I think I've tried to think about this several times now. And I'm just not 100% sure if he's the best person to have it, or if it should go elsewhere. And perhaps maybe I leave it for the time being. Just looking at all the other stuff that we have here. Defender Flail? Could that be a better weapon instead of the Rapier? Because this also has Tenacity, which guarantees at least 1 damage. Okay, right. He's not proficient with flails. He just likes rapiers. Bloody hell, man. Alright, let's just take a quick look at everyone else's ranged weapons here. I don't think we have too many selections here. We do have more Githyanki crossbows, so I think Karlak can take that. And anything else? I don't really have more rings. I want to keep the Smuggler's Ring for blue, obviously. Yeah, I think we're looking pretty good here, guys. I don't really think we need the Absolute's Talisman or the Beastmaster's Chain. This dagger +1, I'm not entirely sure if anyone really needs that. I don't think so. So I think we're looking pretty good. Let me just do another quick tidy up here of our gear. Actually, all of this stuff needs to go back to camp, and then all of this stuff just needs to go up this way. And let's just sort everything out. The Holy Lance Helm. Would really like to try and use this somehow. But the Circlet of Psionic Revenge is really good for Lae'zel, and I also like Wapira's Crown. Obviously Gale can't take that, and we've got Helm of Haste, which is also very powerful. Karlak cannot wear armor, which means that this is out of the question for her. And then I think the problem with Astarion is that he's not proficient in, I think this is medium armor, so can't give it to him. And I don't think Will is proficient in medium armor either. So yeah, okay, we're gonna have to keep this in the back pocket in that case. Yeah, I think we're done fiddling around with our gear. And yeah, apologies guys, it was kind of long still, but I did want to just talk through my madness with you guys, and you guys can let me know whether or not this is, you know, going in the right direction or not. It could be trash, and I fully expect a lot of comments on how it is trash in the next, well, whenever you guys put your comments in. But anyway, let's jump in to the Goblin Fortress once more and let us find our way into the Underdark. And I'm kind of excited, actually, about going to the Underdark. Oh, I thought we had cleared out the Goblin camp. Oh, no, we have not. There's a lot of goblins here, guys. A lot. Yeah. Let's take stock of how much HP these guys have. Okay. I mean, considering the HP amount, it shouldn't really be too much of a problem, but let's not mess around here. And I will be liberal on all of our spell uses. Let's do... Let's do that. And that. Oh, just need one. Alright, end our turn. So this is something new, arcane ammunition. Infuse your crossbow bolts with arcane energy. Your ranged weapon attacks deal an additional 1 to 4 force damage. I've never seen force damage before, actually. But yeah, let's get in there. Soulbreaker. I mean, I don't know how necessary it is to be dealing up to like 20, close to 30 damage. No. Yeah, okay, we are missing some of these. So, unfortunate. Let's do... Let's do a pommel. Dazed. Dazed means just disadvantage. I may as well take my action surge now. And I should be able to do... Oh, I think we have an angle there. No? Maybe not. That's okay. We can get this guy. If we do, like, menacing... And if we hit, we might actually kill. 55% chance. That's alright. I'll take my chances. Okay, not good. That's alright though. Let's end turn. Okay, starting to see all of the benefits of the armor class coming through. So, what do we need to do here? I guess... That's not bad. Why don't we use brace? Okay, baned as well. I can move slightly this way and do another shot. Good.
May the dice roll in my favor.
And maybe I do... I just want to use some spells that are not going to cost a spell slot. Yeah, let's try. Okay. Decent.
Swiftly
Let's
now.
move back that way. And I suppose Lupus is going to have to dash. Yeah, and that's going to be good enough, I think. I'm just gonna tuck Quoth away in the back there, just so as to avoid getting Quoth killed. This might be the end.
That might be worth a look.
Right. Burrow hole. Well, can Quoth check that out? Okay, just takes us back this way. Okay,
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
let's be on our way.
Need to find a way.
Do we need
forward.
to loot everyone? I suppose every little bit is going to be extra gold for us.
No one's stopped me yet. If not over, then through. What's hiding here?
Okay. I guess we didn't go out the front door the last time we were here. And that's why we had a few goblin stragglers, but that's okay. Dealt with them. I don't suppose enemies reappear at some point, but probably not. Now, the pathway to the door that we saw, or the pathway to the Underdark, I think that's through here, through Priestess Guck's quarters. Through here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So we'll explore the Underdark a little bit. Hopefully we complete this quest, finding the Night Song. Night Song? I think that's what it's called. Yeah. Yeah, I do realize a lot of people...
Careful, Lae'zel. It's dark around here. Would be a terrible shame to lose you forever.
Yes. Do keep your wits, Shadowheart. Should a dagger suddenly slice your neck, we may never know who's to blame.
Jeez, these guys. But yeah. I was going to say someone, or a few people perhaps maybe mentioned that perhaps maybe we should have gone to the Underdark first before going to the Crash, but that's alright. We survived the Crash, and perhaps maybe that might mean that we're over-leveled for this place, and maybe it's not going to be as hard as one might think. I mean, that's kind of wishful thinking though, isn't it? Just trying to see if there's anything ahead of us. Let's break off the group. And let's just quickly poke around with blue. Look at that. Yeah, just wanted to... What? I did not see this before. Could it be because of the brazier that I've just lit? Possibly. So if I turn it off again... Huh. Anyway, I'll leave it on. Just to give us a little bit more light to work with.
Wonder what's past this.
Oh, wow, we need a 20. Can these gates be destroyed? I know they're made from iron. Or perhaps maybe we can jump across. I mean, I can try to do the lockpicking. You never know, we might actually go over 20. Actually, I need my ring on. That might help. Yeah. Very nice. And, you know, this is the safer route rather than playing around with explosives. One thing that should help me understand whether or not thieves' tools get used every successful lockpick is if I just keep an eye out on how many we have. So we've got 11 at the moment. If we lockpick again, but perhaps maybe I'll do that when we, you know... Is lighting a brazier near an explosive barrel a good idea? I want to say not. So I'm just going to drop that out here, just in case it becomes a problem. Okay. Do we even have the keys for some of this stuff? Nope. So we have 11. So we'll check back to see if we have decreased the amount. Perfect. So it says used thieves' tools, but we still have 11. Yeah, okay. So I don't know if that was a fair assessment though, because sometimes there are special conditions if you get a critical success on a roll, right? Like for all I know, you don't use up a tool if you do a critical success. So maybe I should test that once more. Helmet of Smiting. Bolstering Smite. When you apply a condition with one of your Smite spells, you gain temporary hit points equal to your Charisma modifier. It is medium armor though, so... person with the highest Charisma would be Will, obviously. So I don't know how useful that is. So for now, we'll just, you know, keep it. And yeah, we've been sort of looking through all of our equipment and stuff like that for almost half the episode this time around, so I'm not keen on having to slow down and take a look at stuff once more until we, ooh, nice. We should be able to portal back here whenever we need. But yeah, I'm hoping not to have to go through our equipment too much more. At least for the next few episodes. Most of this small logbook is left empty. The last entry reads, Log 182, I was wrong. Should have paid more attention to the drow sightings. Should have known they were only a prelude. Stupid to think we had outsmarted them. This will be my last entry. Minth will keep the records from now on.
Seems simple enough.
Log 124, signs of life near the outpost. Intelligent. Clearly trying to hide. Log 125, still can't find the mysterious shapes. They know how to cover their tracks. Possibly drow. The next few entries are too faded to read. Log 129. Led them south. Rumors of a spectator there. Spectator? Let the Underdark solve its own problems. Log 130. No sightings. No sightings in the next log either. Log 132. Minth saw statuses down south. Statues down south, shaped like drow. Spectators shouldn't do that. Either way, that's one less problem to worry about. Spectators. What do they mean exactly? Would this do anything? Okay. Okay, well, we have somehow solved what appears to be some kind of a puzzle here. I did that unintentionally, but... In Search of the Night Song, so definitely need to read that. Just looking around to see if there's anything else of interest before we have a read. Keep thinking perhaps maybe there are going to be like traps and stuff. See a dead body down there. Oh! What the hell? I'm thinking these things are acting like automatic sentries. Perhaps maybe if we stepped out this way, we might actually get killed if we get too close. Which means that we might need to figure out another way out this place. Or out this, like, initial starting area.
No traps, please.
Tattered notes. This place is dark, but the lady's light shines yet. Just as the drow had almost broken through, Jarrus rallied the last of the initiates and charged forth. For a moment, the cavern shone with Salune's own brilliance. I'd have gladly gone with them, wound or no, but Jarrus bade me stay and hold the gate until his return. I am to keep the records too. I'll save space to write of his victory. It's been days, hours, since we collapsed the tunnel. They were supposed to return after the battle. I cannot dig it out on my own. My eyes won't get used to this darkness, but I can hear them stripping the dead. I'm sorry, I haven't learnt the death rites yet, but I will hold the gate, I promise. This final entry is barely visible. More faint scratches than legible writing. Sorry. Desperate times. Selenite key. Well, we'll take all of that. Anything on the other side? Okay. So I'm thinking maybe this here is a pathway, and maybe this is a pathway. Like if we go down the sides. But we did see a lever. Presumably it might open the gate. But let's have a read of this first, though. In Search of the Night Song. Fascinating that such a seemingly valuable object has proven so difficult to track down. Indeed, treasure hunters the realm over have traveled to the Sword Coast with one goal in mind, to find the Night Song. Yet each by each they have failed, indicating dead ends, rebuffs, or else disappearing altogether. My latest enquiry was with a half-orc named Grally, who insisted he'd come as close as possible to the relic as one may go without forfeiting his or her life. He indicated that the object is not, as most reports indicate, in the Selenite fort adjacent to the river Keonthar. It is, in fact, held in old Sharon Fortress, somewhere in the environs of Moonrise Towers. However, Grayley reported that some kind of potent shadow prevents one from approaching where this fortress might be. A potent shadow. My journal has just been updated there. Find the night song. It is hidden underground somewhere near Moonrise Towers. But I suppose the path to Moonrise Towers involves traversing the Underdark for at least a little bit. So we'll do that, and once we get close to Moonrise Towers, I think what we should do is, you know, double back essentially, and then explore the mountainous region. Or the, sorry, I say the mountainous region, the mountain pass is what I meant to say. Okay, and let's do this. Yeah, so definitely can open it. Let me just do a quick save. And I just want to test if I can... Okay, Minotaurs don't carry anything, I guess. Whoop! Okay, yeah. Okay. I was wanting to know if we have to step, like, out this way, or, you know, how quick it will be to activate. Is there any way for us to switch these things off? Maybe we can attack the Moonstone to switch it off and then explore down this way. I don't know what kind of range this thing has. And I wonder if it has like a visibility. And, you know, if we were to use, say, Potion of Invisibility, whether or not we can then sort of have a look around this area without being disturbed. But let's leave all of that alone for the time being. I did look at, or catch a glimpse of the amount of HP that Minotaur has, like 80-something HP. So yeah, could present a bit of a challenge for us, but... I'm thinking we're probably going to have to be extremely careful with these things. And I get the feeling this is where we dropped down last time with Lae'zel. Gale?
Lost in thought.
Let's do... Featherfall, please. Let's all jump down this way.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
Oh! 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 Right. Come on, folks.
Alright, what now?
Alright, and Gale, let's just switch back to... or combat ready spells.
Let's get going.
Let's shoot this and see what happens. Yeah, okay.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Petrified Drow. I think I just asked in the previous episode when I'm going to be using, like, the basilisk oil. And perhaps maybe the situation might present itself soon-ish. Can we do anything with these glowing gems? Perhaps. Oh god, alright. That looked a little bit different than what we shot. I wasn't expecting it to be the same thing. Yeah, alright. So we need to be very careful. Well, lucky we didn't, like, take too much damage and, like, fall off the cliffs and stuff. We did lose Quoth though, so that's kind of annoying. There we go. Quoth, let's tuck you back this way.
Let's move.
Oh. Okay. Some kind of a gorgon? Yeah, alright, these guys are all surprised. Oh, these are spectators. 118. That is... that is a lot of HP. I think I can move ever so slightly. Let us use Hunter's Mark. And I use Brace. Okay, decent start. Okay, down to 73. That's good. Let's just move ourselves up a little bit more.
Don't slow down.
Still want to be in range, obviously, to do some attacks. Nice. Why did I get 3 turns there, I wonder? Or, 3 actions. That I didn't really understand. Anyway. Unpetrification. Right, and these guys are hypnotized or something, paralyzed. Down to 3 HP. Oh, wow. I mean, get Lupus in first. unlikely that we'll hit a lot of these, but it's not react. We'll stay here. Worth. Let's do blind if we can. We cannot.
Time to strike.
How long does this last? I think just one more turn. I think I may as well get in there. And just miss all of my my melee attacks. Darkness. Okay, right. Can I jump out of it? I can. And she's no longer blinded. That's good. That's good, actually. So it's basically just don't stay in this spot. Well, we definitely want to do like our biggest amounts of damage. So why don't we do menacing attack? Good. And I might try to do Soulbreaker. Very good. Okay, 18 HP remaining. I wonder if by killing the spectator, you then get to unpetrify like all of these guys over here. Might be. Are we petrified? No, we're still moving. Let's end our turn. Gale. Need to get Gale out. There. Yeah, good. Let's do... Ice Knife, does that hit everyone else? I'm not sure. And these guys are hypnotized. There's Spectator's Charm. Let me just have a look at that. A feeble enchantment prevents this creature from attacking the spectator. Any damage could break it. Yeah, I'm sort of hoping that if we kill the spectator, we'll be able to free these guys. Initiate of the Living Library. Let's go. Alright, we did hit Lupus there, but I think we just missed him, so that's good. Let's end our turn. Shadowheart, we need you to come out. Problem is, she needs to traverse a little bit to try and get herself out. I just hope that we can traverse enough to jump. Yeah, okay, good. I need to be able to touch to use this. I could use Aid to try and heal Blue. Hmm. Crusader's Mantle, or I can deal damage to this thing. Because I think if we kill it, less likely that Blue will be in trouble, I think. He is paralyzed though. We won't be able to do any more bonus actions though after this, would we? Hmm. Four to 9 damage. Lathander's Light. Where is that? It's a condition. Okay, right. So it's permanent. Yeah, I'm a bit confused, but I think I'm just going to deal damage here. We do still have quite a few spell slots, but I suppose maybe I should try to deal the damage necessary. Or should I do this? Maybe this is better. Better chance to deal the damage amount that we need.
Dust on my tongue! I offer to parley, and he brings a spectator! Twit! Quite ruined my ambush. Now, you are?
You first.
We simply haven't time for all of my titles. I am Dawn, third son of House Bartol, first rank evoker, and initiate of Graven Hollows. Oh. Oh no, no, my dear dark gods below, no!
What's that?
A memory shard. They hold their glow for years. And it's fading. It contains knowledge that is precious to me. If it has grown this dull, then my enemies have already found the forge. Which bastard stole my glory? Zargrim? Filro?
What forge?
The Adamantine Forge. If it had been found, the name would ring throughout the Underdark. Unless... Huh. Ha! The fools must have turned back, or, better yet, died in the search. Good. If they had just surrendered their research to me, we might have found the forge together. But no. They hoarded their knowledge, left each of us clinging to scraps. I had the good sense to lock mine away in the shard. And now I can claim the forge alone.
Alone? Don't you still need your rival's research?
They knew of the Forge's defenses, its operation, true enough. But I know its location. The rest I can figure out with time. Now I am the only one searching. Or almost the only one. You proved your power in freeing me. But I need no more rivals. Try to take this as a compliment, yes?
Are you kidding me? Are you... Alright. Look. He seems nice enough. Let's try to knock him out, if possible.
Victory awaits.
So, Lae'zel, you're up. And... let's try and do... non-lethal attacks. Oh yeah, everyone's using non-lethal now, that's good. Well, I mean, he brought this on himself after all of the work that we did to try and save him, but... is there going to be any benefit in us doing a non-lethal attack? I mean, who knows? Immediately knocked out. Okay. So, Blue needs a little help. Let's, oh, okay. He's up now, that's good. Wow, alright, that was very interesting. I don't really know if there's anything we can do for all of these petrified drow. I was secretly hoping that defeating the Spectator would just simply release all of them from being petrified, but the Spectator eyes, Ray of Fear, frightens, okay. Wounding Ray, okay. Couple of spells, that's actually pretty decent. I can't really think of who would be suited to take this pendant right now, but we'll come back to it, obviously. Let's see what this guy is hiding. Memory shard. Well, we can take it from him. He was being rude to us. We may as well. Blast pendant. Lightning blast. Focus the electricity in your veins to strengthen your next lightning spell or cantrip. Equal to your remaining lightning charges. But it has to be a spell. Because the only person currently, you know, gaining any lightning charges is Blue. I mean... can we do anything with this? We can use it. And that will let us sort of learn, maybe, about the location of this strange forge. At least we let him live, right? So... I think they all come up as petrified drows, but then... perhaps if we unpetrified them, we would actually get to know who they are, maybe? Or is this the only unique one? Where's that potion that we used on the dwarf? I think it was like basilisk oil or something like that. Maybe I stashed it away. But is it worth using? Like, it's just the one potion, right? Like, we would have to choose between all, like, 3 of these guys. I get the feeling I may have blown one of them up when we dealt with the torch stalk over there. Anyway. We're looking pretty horrid here, health-wise. I think this is probably a good time for us for a short rest. And speaking of resting, this is probably also a good time for us to call it an episode for now. Interesting little look at the Underdark. Obviously, we've only scratched the surface, and it's already getting a little bit crazy. So, it'd be very interesting to see what else we're about to find down here. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. Chuck us a like down below, and obviously looking forward to all of those comments about rearranging of all of our equipment. If you've got any opinions on that, definitely leave them down below. Otherwise, stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.